Hi everybody, Beth Heyer here. It's the month of August, and so here I am again doing a short video to help you align, and myself of course, to help us align with this month. We're talking about happiness, and that happiness has real value, and it's often not at the top of our list. There's lots of other things on our list, but given what has happened most recently, very notably with Robin Williams, who was a fantastic human being, but was very lost in his depression, I thought it was important to talk about valuing happiness. So this is our mantra for the month, and if you are new to the videos, what we do is we pick a mantra and we say it out loud, we breathe in and out, we notice how we feel, and then we do the things that we need to do through the resonance repatterning system by tracing our energy and aligning ourselves with actually being able to move forward in the direction of our intention. So, the first statement for the month, the only statement for the month. The first statement we're going to do is, I value my happiness. So if you'll say that with me, please. I value my happiness. Take a nice breath in and out through your nose. And again, we're just noticing how we feel. I'm going to be using the muscle checking tool and discovering whether we are in fact aligned with that statement, and I'm finding that we are not. And just personally, what I noticed when I said that statement is just a feeling of sort of being lost, not sure what that means to value your own happiness, even though I think that I do that. So so anyway, we will move on. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to orient ourselves. So when we're oriented in the direction of nurturance and love for ourselves and others, which makes it so much easier to live in the world. And so the statement or the theme that's coming up around why we're having trouble valuing our happiness is that we need to forgive. And what I came up with there is that we need to forgive ourselves. Now, I'm sure for any number of us, there can be a long list of things that we think we need to forgive ourselves for. But we're in a very important time where we need to choose between forgiveness of ourselves and the past and any wrongdoings that we have done, as well as any wrongdoings that have been done against us, so that we can really listen to our soul's happiness. And that is incredibly important because there's a big tug of war there, and it can make you feel really lost and alone and very sad if you don't understand what's going on. So I'm going to take a small pause, and then we'll come back and we'll say the next statement about forgiveness. Okay, so the next statement is very simple, and it just simply is, I forgive myself. And before you say that, I just want you to let whatever is coming up for you, just let it run through. Try not to latch on to anything that you want to forgive yourself or others for. But just let it be that the energy of this statement is going to very powerfully burn through your system and through your cells and just release whatever forgiveness needs to be there. Let's not make it hard. So please say with me, I forgive myself. Take a nice breath in and out through your nose. I am checking that we are not resonating with that, as we were not resonating with the first statement. And for me personally, what I'm feeling there is just a sense of sort of deep sadness, so that I know people in my life. And I'm sure I could say this about myself as well, that have had things that happened in the past, decisions that they've made, and they felt like they hurt other people. And even though they've made amends, they still feel guilty. And that kind of guilt is just so hard on us. It's hard for us to be loving of ourselves. It's hard for us to be in the world and see it as a loving place. And it's really hard to give yourself permission to be happy if any other suffering is going on anywhere in the world, in your neighborhood, And that's not how we're helpful. We're helpful when we can be loving of ourselves and send loving energy to other people, especially when they need it the most. So the next part of this is there's a statement from our heart chakra, also called the air chakra. And this statement is also about forgiveness. And so let me read that statement to you. It says, I let go of my pain associated with myself and my imperfection, and I open my heart to love and trust. So I'm going to leave you with that for just a moment. We'll take a short pause and I will be right back. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and say that statement about forgiving ourselves, letting go of the pain associated with yourself and your imperfection, because we have to be imperfect. It's just how it is, and it's not a bad thing. It takes us on a lovely journey if we allow it to be lovely, even though sometimes it can be very hard. And it allows us to know ourselves better, and in a deeper way, it allows us to bond more with the people that we love. It allows us to open our heart even bigger, and that is all really good, juicy stuff. There's just some work we need to do to get things out of the way so that we can allow it in. Receiving love, happiness, very important. All right, so this statement is kind of long, so I'll give it to you in pieces. We'll say it together, and then we'll do the same thing. Breathe in and out in a nice relaxed way through our nose and see how we feel about it. Okay, please say, I let go of my pain with myself and my imperfection, and I open my heart to love and trust. And a nice breath. So I am checking that we are not resonating with that statement yet. And I just sort of noticed that I feel like I'm sort of shrinking in. I'm exaggerating now, but that's what it feels like I was doing when I was saying that statement. So it was really uncomfortable, the idea of forgiveness and accepting your imperfections and opening your heart to love and trust anyway. So, excellent job, and we're going to move on to the modality part, which is the part that we choose an exercise that's going to make the biggest impression on our whole field, our whole system. Okay, we're on to the modality part, the magical part. It's not really magic, it's actually quantum physics, but it seems like magic. So what I checked with the muscle checking is that we are going to do a sound modality, which is also involved with color. And don't worry, nobody's going to hear you sing. You just get to hear me sing. Lucky you. So we're going to use a certain sound, and the sound is ooh, like you, but without the Y. So ooh, as in 2 O's, and we're going to make that sound, and you can choose whatever, whatever pitch you want. So you don't have to be at the same note that I am singing at, or you can. And we're also going to bring color into this. Color has its own frequency, and color is an amazing tool as well. Sometimes you just need to wear a certain color. It makes you feel happy, it makes you feel comfortable, it makes you feel like you're having a big hug. So this particular color that's coming up is violet, which is also associated with our crown chakra, which is up here, which is where the wisdom of the universe comes into our being. So we're going to imagine this color kind of infusing into our back. So our back needs this support. So while we're toning this ooh, we're going to be thinking of that color violet just being painted on our backs, and how lovely that will feel. So do it with me, okay? Ready? And ooh. And again, and the color violet still on your back. Ooh. And we're complete with that, so you can just take a moment to take a nice couple of breaths in and out in a relaxed way. Really let that come and filter in as deeply as you can to your system. Even give yourself a pat on the back for spending these few moments with yourself to make this a life-changing wonderfulness. One of my favorite words, wonderfulness. Make this happen for you. Anytime we align all of our energy, our subtle energy, our nervous system, our cells, our physical body, our emotions around one particular theme, magical things will happen. I promise. Okay, so we're at the last part, and in the last part what we do is we go back and say the statements again, do the nice relaxed breathing at the end of the statement, and notice how we feel differently. And I will be, of course, using the muscle checking tool to confirm that we have shifted our resonance with these things. So our first statement, the statement of the month for August, is I value my happiness. So please say, I value my happiness. Take a nice breath in and out through your nose. And I'm checking that we are resonating with that now. And for me, it just feels like I open a new bank account where I'm going to go start investing in what's really good for me, and that feels pretty terrific. I hope that you have something that is making you feel really wonderful about this as well. Yay! And the next statement is I forgive myself. And I remember that we were talking about we're just going to let whatever came up for that, doesn't even need to be remembered at this point, but whatever we're ready to forgive ourselves for, maybe it's the whole kit and caboodle. Wouldn't that be fantastic? But whatever we want to forgive ourselves for, we're giving ourselves permission to let that go. So please say, I forgive myself. Take a nice breath in and out through your nose. And I'm checking that we are resonating with that now. Woohoo! That just feels like some freedom that we really, really needed. I am really appreciating that myself. So I hope you are as well. Forgiveness is huge. I'll take whatever I can get in the forgiveness department. Okay, and the last statement was a little bit more involved around forgiveness. So it was about forgiving ourselves and forgiving that we are not perfect, which actually makes us quite wonderfully perfect. And opening our hearts to trust and love. So I'll give this again to you in pieces. We'll say it together, and then we'll breathe in and out through our nose and see how we feel and check the resonance. Okay, please say, I let go of my pain associated with myself and my imperfection, and I open my heart to love and trust. Take a nice breath. I'm checking that we are resonating with that now. Thank goodness. That's not an easy road, but you just opened the door wide open and you said, universe, I'm ready. I'm ready to forgive myself. I'm ready to accept that I'm not perfect, which makes me absolutely perfect, and that I will open my heart to love and trust. That feels fantastic. I hope you're very proud of yourselves. I sure did enjoy spending these minutes with you. And if you have any feedback, you have any questions, you want to come join us for a group experience that's a little bit more involved than this, we do that for an hour once a month at my office. And thank you so much for being here.